Yep, we are live. Welcome, everybody.
What's going on, guys?
Behind the Tool Belt with
What's
TC.
happening?
If everyone could please share this out, I just want to check the view, but welcome to the show. Episode 14, guys. Episode 14.
Episode 14 already, man. That's crazy.
Yes.
That is crazy.
So, I want to get as increased as I can, so just give me 1 second. That's my only adjustment. I think that looks pretty good. We're going to go with that. So, welcome everyone. We are social distancing. We're all learning this as we go along. And thankfully, with your help and support, we can stay positive and prepared, and we can keep our passion. You know, one of the biggest things in human psychology is our daily habits and trying to keep it regular. So we appreciate your help with sharing this, letting your friends know. My wife and I want to personally thank TC Backer Construction. We're a consumer just like you. And listen, we've been wanting a door for a long time. And my wife will tell you so. So we're getting a new door and screen door. That's only in the beginning. But we've been wanting this stuff. So thank God that you guys are still open. I know it's not easy. We know it's not easy, but we thank you for adjusting. And listen, there's restaurants that are closed and restaurants that are open. So it's all like, you know what I mean? So we want to thank you. I know it's not easy, but like my wife has wanted that, man, and we appreciate it. We were worried we weren't going to get our door.
Yeah, you're welcome, buddy.
So
It's our pleasure.
yeah, so thank you. You guys have done a phenomenal job. You know, just all the research and time I know you guys have done. All of us business owners are out there putting a lot of time and research into making sure we do it right. Chris, you do a phenomenal job.
Hey, thanks, man.
Having the background of your wife, I'm sure she's making sure that gives you a good education because she's in the healthcare field and understands. It's up to us to teach people the importance of this, but there's two important things. The importance of being wise, but we also have to come out of the other end of this. Eric, how are you? Good to see you, man. So I just want to applaud you all.
Brother?
So,
Eric, how you doing, buddy?
yeah, if everyone could share this, drop your town. It is episode 14 of Behind the Tool Belt. Who would have thought we would be in the middle of this corona? But we're here, and us business owners out there together and people that work for companies that love your company, it's up to us to toe the line, to do it smart, to do it safe, to be educated. Eric does a great job educating people out there like you guys do, and towing the front line. So, stay in a safe distance. You got it. And no one's ever done this before. And the other part is a lot of the business owners weren't big time into social media. You guys are you make wise decisions. And you are you've been on this. So good for you.
Yeah.
Because how could somebody find you now? This is how they find you. So it's even more imperative that people share this, because if someone has a leaky roof, the last thing they want to think is, I've been making my mortgage payment, and now all of our hard work, we can't find a reputable contractor to come out here. Because if you don't think the market's going to be clogged with people trying to take advantage of people, it will. It always has been and always will. So when you share this, and you let people know there's reputable companies, Kimberly, thank you. David, thank you. Allied Maintenance, man. David, thanks for keeping everybody clean out there with that Clorox 360. Allied Maintenance. So, but anyway, enough of me talking. I want to make sure that we talk about a couple things. Is what kind of things is TC Backer? I mean, you go ahead and I don't want to lead it, but what kind of things? You guys are open, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we are open.
So can we talk a little bit about your business and how it's changed and what you guys are doing as a company?
Yeah. I know at least in the new construction aspect of things, we're still going down in other states. Every state it's been kind of different, but only in the sense of what the government has said you can and can't do with the workforce and stuff. No matter where you go, you gotta follow the same standards of social distancing. Washing your hands, doing your part, and being responsible. But I know for new construction, we've limited how many guys can go in the trucks at once. We're encouraging the guys not to stop anywhere in the middle of their days, pack their lunches. and just be smart. You know, we're limiting the amount of guys that we have on the outsides of the houses, the amount of guys that are inside at one time. We're not sharing tools. You know, just that anything that we can do to try to stay ahead of it, but at the same time still do our part and you know help out everyone with what they need because everyone still needs this stuff done. You know, no one was really prepared for this. You know, in the sense of workforce, you know, the houses were in. We didn't have a couple days to figure out how we're gonna watertight the houses up and all that. It was just like, you know, all of a sudden one day we just couldn't do it anymore. So, you know, I know Ty's been working really hard trying to get us all of our rights to work from the governor and all that kind of stuff. And you know, Maryland, they considered construction essential. So we never really had any kind of hiccups there. It's just, you know, what can we do as, you know, members of the community to ensure that while we're doing this, we're being safe at the same time. You know, because that's of the utmost importance. You know, the last thing we want to do is roll up to a homeowner's house and have 8 guys pile out of our truck because, you know, me personally, and I know Shane, me and you talked about this, you know, that right there is showing irresponsibility. I mean, and that's not so. We're doing what we can to maintain social distance. Hence why we're all remote right now. You know, I'm at my house, Ty's at his house. Shane, you're at your house, your studio. You know, we're still able to do this though. So there is a way that we can still contribute. We can still keep the economy pumping. Still do what we got to do on a daily basis, but be safe. And you know, people follow our lead too. You know, and there's a couple people that I've seen locally that are doing this. Shout out to EV, he's in the stream right now. Him and his people have been remote for quite some time actually. But I know Ty, you head up the remodeling side of things. You know, what are you guys doing on?
You know, and I just want to praise you, Chris, for doing such a good job with us. I know it hasn't been easy, and having your kid home with you all day long and taking care of the household and working a full-time job, I know is not easy. It's not easy even being at the office every day, and I commend you for what you're doing. But yeah, to touch on the remodeling thing, the repairs and emergency stuff right now, I mean, the phone is just ringing off the hook. They are, you know, big jobs, some of them are small jobs. You know, thank goodness with all this rain that we've had and wind, I just got a phone call the other day, actually today. My days were starting to run together here a little bit, but a lady had severe wind damage done to her roof down in New Freedom, and the insurance company came out, and they had already cut her a check. So we thank God for that. You know, unfortunately for her roof, but thank God it's customized. You know, that'll give us a job to do. But you know, I really got to give a shout out to Bob Stauffer. Right now, he's not a rock star; he's the knock star.
Boom. Hi, Mackenzie.
And just knocking out these estimates. I mean, I don't even know how many he's doing a day, but calls are coming in, and things are going good. You know, like you touched on there a little bit, Chris. You know, we are practicing social distance. The guys are washing their hands. We're making them pack a lunch. They're not allowed to stop at the store. They need to go to the job, stay at the job, stay away, you know, from each other 6 feet, wash your hands. We're allowing 1 guy per truck. I think there's 1 truck, you have 2 guys in, but the truck's big enough where you can still get the 6-foot distance. You know, and no sharing tools, no cross-communication of the tools is a big thing. You know, things are going well. You know, the phone's still ringing, the website, all the marketing and stuff. Sorry about that. I got the wild kangaroo through my cat. But all of the marketing that we've done, that I've actually doubled down on. So it's definitely paid off with social media and, you know, the billboards and Google and all those things. And, you know, just to touch on that a little bit more of the selling aspect of things, I actually thought about doing video right now between FaceTime and Zoom. So when you get up, someone calls you, you go out to their house. They don't need to be home, or they can stay in their home. And what we are doing is we are videoing while we're on their roof, and we can share it with them live at the time we're on their roof, and point out, what the damage is, or what the repair needs, what repair needs to be done, or if it needs replaced. So we can walk them through that whole process while we're actually on the roof at that time. And if they're not home, or if they're at work and we can't share it with them live, we save the video and we work with them through email. And then what we'll do, obviously, is give them the estimate. And then instead of in-home consultation, we are doing Zoom or FaceTime consultations to view the estimate. The guy that was kind of uncertain about colors of shingles that he wanted on his roof, we were able to go over those things, video virtual. I could show him some colors, and he decided on the color. I didn't have to go in his home to do that. We did that all virtual. So there are ways that we can do this. We just got to be a little more creative about it. By the way we go about doing it, social distance, and some people are really uncomfortable with the situation that we're in right now, and other people, I'm really surprised, because when I show up their house, like, they want to shake my hand, and I'm kind of like, unfortunately, I just can't do that right now, and it's kind of a uncomfortable situation, but I think most people understand, that we got to remain, 6 feet apart with the social distance. And I even heard and I think last night they were talking about maybe a little further than that. But it's one of those things where we have to accept the situation that we're in. And I think the sooner we all accept this situation, the better off. At least I will be personally to feel like I have things back under control again, because of all the rapid changes that have happened here recently. It's taken a minute for me to slow things back down and get a handle on like what's really going on here. But I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at with the remodeling thing. The doors, I don't want to say our doors are still open, but basically we're open. The phones are on. Our website's open. Our Facebook page is open. We are doing, emergencies. We are doing repairs. We've actually had to do a couple full-blown replacements to, Band-Aid not being big enough to do a repair.
Okay.
And like we'll say, the new construction down the road right now, I'm in Maryland. It's, still pretty strong. Thank goodness for that. We do several different, custom home builders and national builders down in Maryland and stuff like that. But, the guys down in Maryland are happy. They're working. They're practicing social distancing. I saw a couple of our roofers the other day actually had those masks on. Lolo, I talked to Lolo yesterday through FaceTime, and he actually had a mask on. But, what's crazy about when this is all said and done, I really feel like this is going to become like the new norm. You know what I mean? This is going to change our industry. Either we get used to what's going on and we learn to get creative with it, or we're going to fall to the wayside. And Shane says it all the time, and we what do you say all the time, Shane, about the internet and this stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I told people this has been set up. If you don't, I've been saying before all this, if you watch my videos, that eventually everyone's going to come here. Like, this is where everyone's at, is eventually you're going to have to come to this spot. And this is a time of wealth transfer and automation, man. Innovation is happening right now.
Right.
And companies are adjusting, and those that don't adjust are no different than when I would look at, there's a lot of metaphors, and I'm a metaphor guy. But, I think about this all the time because I lead a lot of business leaders. And, when the Model T Ford came out, do you know how many car companies that didn't have a streamlined, what do you call that when they manufacture them? But people that didn't have a manufacturing line, they blew those companies out of the water. That was it.
The assembly lines.
Yeah, assembly line.
Yeah, the assembly line is what you're thinking of.
So you can look in history whether it was a famine, whether it's Shakespeare writing a play when they were on quarantine. Your time is your time, and at the end of the day, like your watch doesn't matter that it's Corona. It's Corona time, and we have to change at Corona time, and we have to adjust. And those that retreat are not going to eat. It's just the way it is. And the government, and just so anybody knows, I love everyone. I'm a human cheerleader. I want everyone to win. If you retreat and think the government's going to give you a compensation package that's going to be good for your family, you got to be kidding yourself. Like, this is a time to retrain, to elevate yourself in your job, to, if you're doing something in your job and you like your company, get into training so that you're more valuable for your company. This is attrition, where people that are valuable keep their jobs and people that don't or don't want to work aren't going to work. And it's a choice.
Right. Yeah. Yeah,
So,
because the work's still being done, man. The work's still being done. This is a pivotal point in our country. We have to at least fight a little bit. We got to stay moving. We can't just go home and wait for this all to end. You can keep moving and be responsible and safe at the same time. Unfortunately, there are traits that people not to have any effect in this. All of our healthcare workers, our emergency responders, food stuff, like they can't stop. Their days are not changing at all. And the ones that can they hold a responsibility to conform and do what's right for everyone. If enough people, it's going to screw up everything for everyone. The longer everyone fights this, you'll probably learn something out of this entire thing, man. I saw a really good post the other day on social media about families are being forced to spend time with each other and what's wrapped up in the day-to-day stuff, and this is actually forcing people to live at home and spend time with each other and take care of things that they weren't taking care of. If you spend all this time at home, now's a really good time to figure out what's just your windows, around your house that you haven't had time to look at. Anything, there's some people that might actually start doing online courses and educate themselves. There's I know GAF and I believe it's GAF and Veriform Siding Company are both some sort of online training for contractors and stuff out there. So if anyone out there is a little rusty in installing siding or something like that, look up Veriform. They have online courses that they're offering for free. Which usually you got to pay a pretty good amount of money to do that stuff. But basically, my point is, don't just sit around. There's stuff that you can do, and the companies that are able to remotely do this, you owe it to society to remotely do this. And you might end up learning something about your guys and about your company on their adaptability and their dependability. I know my guys are still working, they're being safe, but I didn't think anything of that. My guys are always there for us. They do a really good job. So it's been pretty much business as usual, but we're making sure that we're educating them and that we're letting them know the safeties of everything, the risks of everything, and we also make it pretty well known that if anyone's uncomfortable at any time, nobody's forced to be out there in the field. I understand. It is putting yourself to risk. But if everyone's responsible and you're washing your hands, you're not doing what you're not supposed to be doing, you can do stuff, and you can still. Nobody's saying that you have to go sit in your bedroom for the next month and not socialize with people. I mean, I know like my wife and my son had a conference call thing with all his daycare buddies and stuff, and there's people out there that are having little game nights with friends and stuff over FaceTime, and people are doing meetings and stuff. Like on us trying to start doing sales like over the Zoom, over this meeting technology and everything. And it's there's so many ways that you can do it and still be responsible.
Yeah, I mean, we've been virtual. Go ahead, Ty.
No, go ahead, Jim.
We've been doing this virtually. The thing is I am excited about you guys because after all this chatter, I understand it's something different. Then it's time to refocus and adjust. It's no different than I just look at all metaphors, not that just because I duplicate history and the future. NASCAR, and I'm not a race fan, I'm not a mechanic, but I know they used to race a certain way and then they had to put these plates on, I don't know what they're called, because they had to adjust the way they raced. And so, you know, they've always had to adjust. If you look at the cars, look at history, adjustments have always been made for safety, and that's what this is, for safety. It's for safety of the human race, like at the highest level, you know, but after you realize and get educated, then you have to move forward. Right? And this whole thing is like, let's get back to the shingles. What are they like? What's the siding? Like, because the people that needed the services didn't stop needing the services. Like, that's what you need to understand. And it's not something where people, like real estate's being sold. People are buying. Some restaurants are going good. It's important that we understand that we need to reach the people that need services. I'm one of those people. There's a lot of homeowners. And so it's important to know what separates TC Backer has always been the quality of their products, the quality of their people, and the quality of their process. Right? So can we talk a little bit about the process? So if I was to, and I did all technology to get to you, so how was someone, I go to the website, 321 Gutter Done, if somebody could put that in the comments. Hey Ruby, good to see you, man. You're amazing. I saw you wearing your face mask. Good for you. Keep doing a good job. But you know, can we talk about the process? I'm a homeowner, and you know, I got some shingles down, and I know you guys are in business, thank God. So how do I get from me knowing you now to having an estimate? Can you walk me through the process slowly?
Of getting an estimate?
Yeah, from me seeing you now to what's the process? I contact you through the website or Facebook, however, then what happens?
Okay. So after someone contacts, you know, because we get a lot of times we'll get an email through our website. So at a point in time, we'll call them. We let them know that they don't have to be home. We don't need to meet them, and that we would like to actually give them a virtual tour of their room. If they're not interested in that, and it seems like most people are curious to know what this virtual tour of the roof is. So we're going out and we're giving them a virtual tour of the roof, which means we're not using a drone, we're not doing an eagle view, we're actually going out to their house and we're getting on their roof. And we are videoing their entire roof to show them exactly what is wrong with their roof, whether it can be repaired or if it needs replaced. And of course, if we're doing it live with them, they're asking us questions while we're on the roof with them live. If they're not available, let's say they're at work or they're just unavailable and they can't go live with us, keep the video, and then we share it with them after we're done. We'll email it to them, and then they'll call us back and, you know, we'll answer their questions. At that point in time, we give them an estimate. And then what we'll do is we'll do you know, another live feed with them through Zoom or whatever platform that they have access to go over cement, colors, the selection, the type of shingles, the warranty they want to come with their shingles. So that's basically, you know, from the beginning to end. You know, once they reach us, you know, whether they call us, they email us, or we get a message through Facebook. At that point in time, the initial contact, you know, very physical contact with them and virtual at that point in time.
Now, what about financing? Do you guys have options like I know you hear a lot about same as cash or 4-year, 5-year, 10-year plans? Like, what do you guys have that way?
I'm actually glad you asked me that question because we do offer financing. The company we use is called Mosaic, and they usually have what's called a 12-month same cash. What they're offering right now with this pandemic that we're in they're offering 16 months same as cash.
Oh wow.
We also, that's which I thought was pretty phenomenal.
Yeah.
So that's 16 months, 0% interest, same as cash. Also have a 10-year program that we have at 7.99%. We also receive, credit card payments, PayPal, anything, basically we have the Square, we have QuickBooks, we have, any way that, someone would need to be able to pay us without, exchanging cash or a check, so there's no contact whatsoever. So we can do basically, any type of money, wire transfer or financing.
Now we did it digitally, right? Did we finally do it today digitally? Is that what we
Yes.
did?
Yes, you did.
Nice.
Yes, you did.
So it all happened digitally. We didn't touch any paper. We were responsible, and we kept industry moving.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we did. It was perfect. It was easy. It was probably quicker than filling my check.
Yeah, it was.
Or going on. Yeah, you know what I mean. We made it real streamlined for you. And that's something we've done for a while.
Hi, Victor.
But
Tina.
we're not promoting it or making it as readily available as we are right now. You know what I mean? Many
Yeah.
people are like, hey, can you give us a cash deal, or what's cash price, or those, unfortunately now those days are over. The cash deal is it's a 3% credit card charge or whatever, the 3%, but actually we've been waiving that at 3%, and actually half the ways that we offer that is actually there is no finance charges. Like today, neither one of us, when the way that we received your cash from you today, there was no finance charge for that.
But we wouldn't have minded paying. We would have been happy to pay our part with you guys. We are glad. Like, what people don't understand is, I'm 50 years old. I've had a lot of contractors at my house. You've seen my house. You can tell there's been a lot, right?
All right.
So, and somebody once told me, I heard my buddy Ty say something about do it right the first time or something.
The job worth doing right the first time, my man.
And so you guys have a great value. It's a phenomenal value, and we appreciate that, buddy. Good to see you. Value is, so we appreciate it. I mean, we really do. I mean, that you all are out there, and I know how much time. I wish people knew how much time that you have went through and your staff to position yourself to keep going. I mean, companies aren't keeping going by accident. They're keeping going because you've been doing so much reading and research and talking to, the people that you need to get the advice, the right advice. I give you a lot of credit because a lot of people just, have fallen back, and really it's phenomenal to see people that just said they wanted to wait for a check. Like there's, and I'm not telling people, I'm not here to right or wrong. I am not here to judge anybody. Believe me, I'm a man of mistakes. But I know that, to get to whoever got to where they are today has had to work hard, and I wouldn't give up your work ethic. I'd find a way to keep working. Richard.
I know my higher power didn't bring it as far as on my head. So, I've been keeping the faith, and, it's one of, like you said, I think there's a lot of people that are, I guess putting their head in the sand right now and don't know which direction they go, which, it's not their fault. Like, I understand, fear paralyzes you, but right now is the time where I'm going down. You know what I mean? I doubled down on the marketing. I'm trying to come up with our own platform so we can streamline this visual thing from the video of the roof when we give them a tour of the roof, to we do the virtual consultation.
Hi, Kimberly.
We're going to become, the digital bloggers. You know what I mean? Instead of going out and canvassing, the areas and knocking on everybody's door. I mean, there's a way you can do that with Facebook. So we're going to become, the digital door knockers. And I'm okay with that. We're going to be the first in the area to be putting down what we're putting down right now. And so, am I a little worried? Yes, but you know, I'm one of those kind of guys, go big or go home. You know, and this is one of those days, this is one of those times, you know, the couple weeks that we, you know, the stuff that I've experienced in the past 2 weeks, I've worked harder in the past weeks than I have in probably 15 or 16 years. And I'm not afraid of work. I'm not afraid to be the first guy at the shop in the morning. I'm not afraid to be the last guy that leaves the shop at night. I've worked for the past probably 16 days straight, trying to figure out ways to make this work. It's just one of those uncomfortable situations. Sometimes you have to step outside of your comfort zone to become successful. And I think that's where I'm a little bit different than some people because, you know, and I say some people because the first person that comes to mind to me right now is Eric Brewer. He's the master of stepping outside of his comfort zone. And you, Shane, too. So those are the people that I've surrounded myself around over the past few years who I kind of look up to, who have mentored me, you know, when I have questions about certain things, and they know they can call me. You know, you can call me and bounce things off me, and you know, I'm not going through this by myself.
Amen.
That's a beautiful thing, knowing that the circle of people that I have surrounded myself around, my business associates, my friends, you know, everywhere, everybody from my accountant to my attorney to Eric, to some of the builders that we do work for, Shane DeGary and Christy, you guys, you know, Mike Hanscom, the guy, my tax accountant, Mike Hanscom right now. That dude's a jailhouse attorney, man. There's not much that dude don't know. And I can bounce just about anything off him. Whoa. Sorry. My cat fell off the table there. But yeah, you know, it's a good feeling that, you know, and guys like Chris Baker and Bob Stauffer and Kim Smith and of course Jana here at the house, you know, you guys are my rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are my rocks, man.
Yeah.
You know, Chris, I couldn't do this without you, and I couldn't imagine doing this with anyone else by my side going through this shitstorm right now, bro.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
And then we feed off each other, whether it's
Right.
in a good way or in a negative way. But
Yeah.
we say 90% of the time it's in a positive way that we feed each
Right.
other. You know, we pick each other up, man. When I'm having a bad day, you throw some nuggets at me, and when you're having a bad day, I try to throw some nuggets at you, and then unfortunately some days we're both, you know, having a bad day, and you know, but then I think, you know, 5 minutes later we're both trying to pick each other up again, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's a partnership, a relationship. That's us growing and navigating through this that we're in right now. You know, but I think we're getting through it, and right there, that's what it's all about, right there, man. Old Cam.
Yeah, man.
You know, that right there is what it's all about. That's why we do what we do, man. Right there. It doesn't get any better than that. You know?
Amen.
Yeah. And we're as we navigate through this, man. I mean, there's no book anywhere that we can read to teach us how to do this. This is new for all of us, man. Like this isn't you know the real estate market popping. This isn't you know bad loans. This isn't you know the economy crashing. This is completely different, man. This is unprecedented stuff. This is stuff that you know no one that I know has been through. No one's been through something like this.
Chuck in the truck.
So there's nothing out there for us to look back on and say, well, this is how we got through it before. So we're just kind of making stuff up as we go, and we're going to have bad days. We're going to have good days. But I know, you know, one of the things that me and you keep saying is, you know, let's just in today. You know, let's find some good stuff. Let's do what we can and kick today's butt. And then tomorrow morning we'll get up and we'll try to do the same thing again. You know, that's the best that we can do, man. And you know, hopefully, if we can stay present on social media, we can stay present in the community, and we can lead by example. You know, maybe some of that fear that some of the people are letting control them, maybe some of that will subside. you know, this isn't going anywhere, man. We have to figure it out, you know, and like I said, there's no book that's going to teach us how to do this, what's the right way to do it, the wrong way to do it, you know,
Right.
we're going to have to figure it out as we go.
Yeah, man. No, you're right. You touched on a little bit. We were talking about, go ahead, I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't cut you off.
No.
Like you touched on there a little bit. It's like we got to enjoy those little victories that we have each day. You know, I wake up in the morning and it's
They're
like
coming.
victory. I take it home at the end of the day, victory. You know, I have, you know, victories throughout the course of the day. You know, and that's this. One of the things, positive things that has come out of this whole thing is, you know, I'm looking at the smaller things again. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I get so wrapped up in the big picture and not enjoying the small things.
Yes.
And taking the time and smelling the roses. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom used to say, I gotta smell the roses. You know, life's too short. And you know, I'm starting to enjoy those small things again. You know, it's all about the little victories. It's not about.
Hi, babe.
It's not about winning the war. It's about winning the battles, right?
Amen.
The daily battles.
Amen.
You know what I mean? And not letting them, you know, push us down. And you know, we just got to keep moving forward. You know what I mean? I can't say it enough about, you know, we just have to accept the situation that we're in. You know, I've started to come up with routines. You know, when I get to my swamp, I know exactly what to do when I get out now. It's not a mystery. You know what I'm saying? I have a whole system that I go through. I have a whole system that I go through when I go and check me out. You know what I'm saying? I know that might sound stupid, and some people maybe they haven't even thought about their mailbox, but God only knows what the movies and the things along the way. But I have a routine that I have when I go and check the mail. But things are different right now, but I'm starting to adapt to them. And fortunately, I do things pretty quickly. And there's challenges, yes, but you know, I call them bumps. You know, it's not a wall that you run into. It's just a little speed bump. You get up over it. It's a rough at first, but eventually you get over it. You know, and I know things are going to be like this thing. You know, it'll be for a little while. It's not going to be here forever. And I know, you know, the government and the federal and state people are working on trying to come up with solutions, and they're doing the best they can. I can't even imagine the stress that the president's under, and Tom Wolf, and some of the other governors, you know, that make these decisions they have to make. You know, I know the little decisions that I have to make compared to these big decisions that these gentlemen and women have to make. I can't even imagine. You know what I mean? I want to say for me, you know, but put yourself in Tom Wolf's shoes, or put yourself in Donald Trump's shoes right now, and those guys that you know, deserve the pat on the back right now. I mean, everybody knows whatever decision we make today is going to affect us tomorrow, and everybody's wondering what that right decision is going to be. Like I said earlier, there's nothing for us to look back on to not do what we did last time, or to you know, do better this time. There's nothing that we can do, you know, to look back on. But I mean, 2008, yes, we went through that. That's the only thing that I could honestly say that's remotely close to anything that we're going through, and that's really more so just a financial thing that I can compare, not a pandemic type of thing. I wasn't here with the swine flu. I wasn't here with the Ebola, or if I was here, I'm not even here that was, but it did affect me like this is affecting me now, or us, I should say. You know, and I need to shout out to Colin and Tyler, and I saw that we're in here, and Chuck, and who am I missing, Chris?
Colin's in here, Tyler, Chuck,
Greg.
Chris Mendez is in here.
Yeah, Chris Mendez.
Greg.
Yeah, Kim's in here. Greg Dirty's in here.
Greg. Yeah, Denny, Derek. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, so So whether no matter your political, liking or whatever whoever you like politically, we can all agree that nobody really wants to be in those positions right now, making these vital decisions. When you have such a mass amount of people depending on your decision making, you're not going to make everyone happy with your decision. So I commend all of our leaders, whether they're Democrat, Republican, Independent, it doesn't matter. I commend all of their decision making skills, and I hope that they're strong through this too, because I'd imagine they're under a lot of pressure, man. They're under a lot of pressure. People want answers, and people want someone to snap their fingers and just make this go away and make it be better, but it doesn't work like that, man. And no matter what these guys and gals decide on, not everyone's going to be happy. People out there that are them or whatever the case may be, But as a society, we just got to do our part, man. You can't rely on other people to do it for us. We got to do our part. We got to be safe, and just follow the guidelines. I mean, no one's asking anyone to do anything too extreme. I know that there's a lot of companies out there that are going to be negatively affected by this. Some of the smaller companies that might only do 30 jobs a year or something like that. Some of those guys aren't going to get granted by their state or local government to work in some situations, and I understand people's frustrations. And the odds of from what I see, a young person that's healthy like myself going out and getting this thing and dying from it are pretty low, but how many people am I going to come in contact with that are going to spread this to people who are high risk? We all have to play our part. So whether it affects you or not, it's about helping your neighbor out too. And that's kind of where we go with the whole, it takes a village thing. Even this takes a village. Everyone's got to play their part. If you have, a handful of people that aren't going to play their part, it's this whole thing that we're doing is going to be for nothing. It's still going to spread. It's still going to hurt people. It's still going to affect people. So let's not dwell on it. Let's just think of new innovative ways that we can work around this. So that way let's write the book, man. You know what I mean? So if something like this happens again, someone does have a book that they can read on how we did this. You know what I mean? That's the stuff that you got to be thinking about, not boo-hoo, poor us, we can't work. That's not how to do it, man.
Well, I'm super excited. I mean, at the end of the day, if you look at my videos since 2016, I've been on here since 2012, and, this is the phone book. And now people are forced to get uncomfortable. I mean, you have to understand, in history, you can look, it doesn't matter where in the globe, change never comes when people are comfortable. Innovation never comes when people are comfortable. Things are going to be evolved through this, and you're either part of the evolution or you're a part of the problem with the mindset. Our mindset is the most important thing that we can do for each other, is to keep each other positive, to have a good outlook, not be posting negative stuff. I mean, listen, it's easy to get caught up in those, questionable and this is this, but you're not getting traction. So these are great times to get traction on where you want to go. And you are the one that sets your compass in life. So what we love about working with TC Backer Construction and Horizon Lawns LLC is the fact that they are, pioneers in the business. They've helped been a part of changing a construction industry, which was thought of like a ragtag bunch of people out of a pickup truck that were a bunch of felons that got hammers that could just do your roof and move on. You'd never see them. I mean, that's why a lot of people told their kids not to go into the business, to now not only being innovative, not only helping the trades, doing the community stuff. Look at the home show tour that TC Backer did. I mean, that's epic, that tour they did. They changed that industry just by, you watch, if there's a home show again, and the crazy part is this. You were the only ones to be live in those booths, and that'll never happen again. No one will ever not be live because they're forced to go live.
Right.
So they'll be more comfortable next year. Isn't that crazy?
Right. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's cool.
Yes.
You want to be a part of that kind of stuff. You want to be a part of the Trailblazers. I know Ty touched on it earlier. EB, he made a post when this all started like 3 weeks ago. Now's the time that, you're going to really see how your company feels about you. You know what I mean? Like you're going to see the real side of some people and some companies, and you're going to see if your company really rides for you or not, man. And that was one of the first guys that I called when this all started going on. I just wanted to see what he's like. What's your thoughts? You know what I mean? Like, reach out to somebody and pick their brain if you're not sure about it. Everyone out there has someone that they look up to in decision-making processes. If you're thinking irrationally or something, or you just don't think that it's rational, reach out to somebody. Eric is definitely one of the people, along with Ty, that hit their employees are going to look back on this and know where they stood at this thing. You know what I mean? They're going to know that their company had their back, and that their bosses did everything in their power to maintain everything in this. So if everyone takes a page out of these gentlemen's books, this world would be a better place, man.
And the thing about it is every time you share this, at the end of the day, this show is an online store for TC Backer Construction. So they're going to be here next year. You're going to be looking for a roof. You're going to be looking for lawn care, and you're going to have a history of a company that's been on social commerce and set a precedence for you, where you can go and tell your friends proudly, hey, I think now, what happened 10, 20 years ago, if this happened and we didn't have social media, that would be scary, right? That would be scary if I couldn't find people like you guys to talk to and to see on a live video, right? So I'm someone that believes in a half full cup. That's just my nature. I've nurtured that nature. But, so I'm like, wow, how lucky are we to have this where we can get around a group of people and choose those people to be around. And I get goosebumps thinking, how lucky are we and fortunate are we to have internet in this country, right? To have the things. Imagine being in a third world country, they don't have this, right? So we're very grateful. I'm a very grateful person, and I'm grateful to be here and allowed to be a pioneer in the future, changing the direction.
And even adding on that, Shane, just as everyone runs to the grocery stores and hoarding all kinds of materials. You know how many countries out there you can't even go to the grocery store and hoard materials?
Yeah, and that's not good to do.
There's countries out there that don't even know how they're going to eat next week.
Amen.
And I got 3 weeks worth of food in my fridge.
Amen.
You know what I mean? That's the difference, and those are the little things that people take for granted.
Amen.
There's people in countries that don't have toilet paper. Let's be real, man. We got some real first world problems going on right now in some places. Let's be thankful for some of the stuff that we can control and some of the stuff that we can do, and take advantage of that instead of dwelling on all the stuff that we can't control.
And what it does for your mind when you people want to be contributors. So there's a lot of opportunities to contribute by sharing, by being a part of these feeds. Kimberly, Rajan, Chuck, all of you. But by doing it, this is a community. And as you see, all of you that have been on here, now you have a place to go. Where every Wednesday at 7 o'clock, you got a positive place that we're going to talk about real life, what's going on, and then we're going to get into the DMX shingles, the HDZs. Well, and look, we haven't talked a lot about it because we're dealing with these things and we want to get everyone and deal with this. But at the end of the day, I want my friends to know that we spend money. We've been waiting for this to support our community. So for us, we want to do business with you. Our family wants to do business with you. So, that's important that you understand. We are ready, and we're ready to do business with companies to help support them. So, we're solution people, right? We're contributors. We're not complainers. So, rise up, America. Rise up.
Yeah, definitely. And I liked a lot of things that Chris had to say as well. He talked about rewriting or writing the book. It's not writing a book; it's rewriting the book. You know what I'm saying? And you were talking about mindset. It's so easy to get into a negative space during times like this. And believe me, I have my ups and downs, an emotional roller coaster ride too. This is definitely a lot of change. I don't deal with change well, especially unexpected change. but I know that I have to learn to adapt, to this situation, and if I don't, so I fail, and I have a lot of people who rely on me, and, failure is really not an option. It never was an option for me, or else we wouldn't be here today, and I know Chris and Bob and Colin and, Derek and me and Chuck and Kim and Josh. I mean, they're right there in it with me. You know what I mean? Every single one of you guys. I mean, we wouldn't be here without you guys. I mean, the growth has been substantial in the past, let's just say, 5 years, and just look back, to where we were and where we are now. You guys play a huge part in all of this. You know what I'm saying? And I realized at one point in time throughout my career here that I had actually put stranglehold on the business because I was trying to do everything myself. And I had to let go of some things, you know what I mean? I had to stop trying to control every single situation. I had to give over some of my responsibilities to people who are smart and educated and motivated. Motivation and have that drive. You know what I mean? There are other people out there other than myself that have that drive. And I've been very blessed and fortunate to have surrounded myself around, coworkers who share that same drive and share that same vision of where this thing can go. This isn't a setback for us. This is a learning a good thing for us to go through this. I mean, this is changing the industry. Either we're going to adapt to this or we're going to wither. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not about going down without a fight. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to come and shoot me in the head like a pig to pull me out of office. Or take me out in a gurney. Because I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up on you guys. That's something I was going to. I'm not going to give up. And that's you can take that to the bank. I'm not going to give up. We've come too far to give up now. And again, I can't praise you guys, Chris Baker, Bob Stauffer, Kim and Jocelyn and Jana and Chuck and Denny and Derek and Greg and Colin and Tyler and Ethan. I keep forgetting about that in there. And Keith, I don't even know how many that dude's drove in the past 3 or 4 days. I mean, he's been from one end of Pennsylvania to the other end of Maryland in the past 12 days. You know what I'm saying? And I've noticed this too with, our distributors. They're struggling too. They're like, oh my God, I don't know if we've gotten a delivery right yet. We delivered 2 places down in Stone Maryland. They had foundations. That was it. They left it there, but there was 2 homes across the street that were ready. Well, I mean, I don't know. The driver, I didn't call and yell at him. I understand, who knows what's going through his head right now. I mean, it's a stressful situation. I've had to say things to me that I know they wouldn't normally say under normal circumstances, and I got to keep in mind that, he's under stress. He's under just as much stress as I am, if not more. This is a time for us, I guess the point that I'm trying to make is this is the time for us to be kind and have empathy, and understanding. Like, we have to understand that everybody's going through this. Everybody is. I mean, there's not one person, not one life that this has an effect in one way, shape, or form, whether you're on lockdown or someone's sick or, James was telling me tonight, a girl that she worked with, her grandfather passed away from COVID-19. So this is going to definitely touch every single one of us in one way, shape, or form. And this is the time for us to have sympathy and empathy, understand and reach out to one another. And that's the thing. We had people donate some food and gifts and stuff. I've been waiting for someone to reach out to us who might need something. And that's the best way for us not to do who live for ourselves and reach out and have someone else who needs help. what does somebody need? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here. Anybody needs anything. I don't care if it's toilet paper or Clorox wipes or some food or bread, eggs, or, if there's someone out there who's scared to go to the supermarket, text me your grocery list. I have no problem going to the grocery store for anybody. If you're laid off or you lost a job and you can't afford food, or if somebody knows someone, I won't mind doing a food drive, for a family or two or three or whatever it takes right now, because I've been very fortunate and I've been very blessed. And so if there's anybody there that needs any, let us know. And I know Chris feels the same way. Shane, I knew you the same way. And I know everybody who worked with us feels the same exact way as I do. If anybody needs anything, reach out to us. We're here. We're here. I mean, that's kind of why we're doing people know. We're here. We're still alive. If someone needs anything, let us know. Not just food. I mean, if someone needs us to go get groceries, if someone's laid off and they have enough money for food or diapers or Similac or whatever, diapers, let us know, reach out to us. That's why we're here. Share with friends. If you have a family member or an elderly couple that don't care, because it seems like this thing, anyone with existing health issues or above the age 60, it seems like this thing's really, kicking the butt. So, if there's anyone out there that's just terrified to go to the grocery store or anything, let us know. So.
Yeah, and even to add on that, even if it's not stuff that has to do with, providing like food and that kind of stuff, there's a lot of people that are going to be displaced as far as, income and that such stuff. So I know I've been having a lot of people reach out to me with questions on, unemployment stuff and, filing, can I file, what the processes of that, there's so many different companies are stepping up. If you got loans out there, there's companies that are willing to do stuff for you. So, if people have questions even on that kind of stuff, that's really stressful. I know if I was sitting at home right now and I didn't know how I was going to pay my mortgage and I was going to have to pay my cars and make my student loan payments and all that kind of stuff, like I'd be stressing right now.
Jeff, good to see you.
But there's ways that you can defer stuff. There's things that you can do. People are out there to help. So if anyone needs any kind of questions answered, even with stuff like that has nothing to do with, construction or anything like that, my inbox is always open. You can always call me. I'd be happy to help anyone that needs any kind of help or questions answered. Even stuff like that, stuff, like I said, stuff like that weighing on you at a time like this, it's very easy, like Ty said, to dwell on negatives. And the last thing you want to be doing is feeling alone and dwelling on negatives at times like this. So, like I said, my inbox is always open. If anyone wants to reach out to me, has any kind of questions on that stuff, I'd be happy to help.
Awesome, brother. That's awesome. I just want to throw this out there, and I know a lot of people might frown upon this, but I know there's a divide right now of people think that you should stay home or work. But if anyone is looking for a job, we are actually hiring right now. I know we were saying that before, that we would hire anyone we would train. Unfortunately, right now, experience is key. Under the circumstances, we have time to train right now. But if there's any experienced roofers or gutter guys or window guys, that are on the bench right now at the company that they work for, or they're certainly hiring right now. It is full time. It will be full time when this is over. So we pay competitively. We still have health insurance. We got the benefits and the paid vacations and holidays and stuff like that. So give us a shout out. Reach out to Chris and myself. If you were someone that is looking for a job, so hit us up.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we appreciate everybody. Again, please like the page. We're close to 1,000. You guys have all done, ladies and gentlemen, an amazing job. I really, we're not far from 1,000. All these little goals. It's good to have goals and different things to keep you busy. And I've been watching this and watching this grow. So if you could please take a second and give this a like and a follow, that would be really nice. It's helped to support small business. What's going to get this country back on its feet again, standing strong, isn't going to be the stimulus packages that are sent to big companies. It's going to be the small mom and pop shops that keep things going. I mean, at the end of the day, that's historically facts, and that's what's going to keep it going. So when you do these likes and shares, it matters. It does. It matters. If you have 15 people on your page, just 15 people, and you share this video, somebody might have a house, might need a roof, or might just need a positive message, right? They might own a totally different business and say, you know what? I like the way that culture is over there at TC Backer. Jim Hankey, please share this, Bobcat of York. But anyway, that's it. I'll let you guys wrap on your part. That's my part. I love y'all. Be socially smart. And anyway, let you guys finish your part.
Yeah, so just to touch on what Todd said, if anyone out there sitting on the bench needs, even if you don't want to commit to, if you like where you're at, you guys are just laid off right now, and you just still want to work. I'll even take seasonal people. We'll call them seasonal temps. We're still firing on all cylinders in other states. We got stuff going on locally with repairs and some of the remodeling stuff still going on. So yeah, reach out to me. I'd love to have a conversation. We're doing everything in our part to make sure that everyone's being safe. So work is definitely available. We're still very busy. And I expect once this is all said and done, we're going to be extremely busy. I'm sure there's some people out there that are hesitant on reaching out to contractors right now to have work done. But our phone is constantly ringing through this, so there's definitely plenty of opportunity out there.
And I'd like how I put it, someone is looking for, seasonal, they like where they're at, but they just need some money in their pocket right now or whatever. That's the option. I mean, I totally think I would expect our guys to do that if that happened. If I had to say, hey, we don't have to work right now or whatever, and they had to go someplace else to work for a little bit, but that's good. And I also said, we're busy now. Wait till it's over with. You know what I'm saying? I can't even imagine, especially here in Pennsylvania, I can't even imagine what's going to happen with the economy. It's all good stuff. And I know that there's a plan for us, and we don't even know what that is right now. We just kind of got to go with the right now, and I think we're doing a great job. And thank you, Chris, for your hard work.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I couldn't do this without you, brother. I couldn't imagine doing this with anyone. But that's pretty much all I got from that.
Same here. Everyone be safe. Keep being responsible. Maintain your distance. Stay home if you can. But that doesn't mean that you have to stay in your house all the time. You can still go out and go for a jog, go for a hike, go fishing. I know Jan's trying to hate on you right now, Ty, with all them fishing memes I'm seeing on there, but you go fishing, brother. That's about as socially distant as you can get out of the boat, a mile out, bro. Go fishing.
Hey, here's a funny face that just walked in the door.
Hey now. Hey now.
I hear me talking smack.
Yep. He always so hot and
Yeah, my bad, Jana. I didn't mean nothing. Ty, you don't go fishing, bro. Stay at home if you want.
Yeah. Right on, brother. I love you guys. You guys have a good night. And behind the pool belt next Wednesday, same bad time, same bad channel.
God bless y'all.